Good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn string methods. Okay. Now I will declare a string called India. India. Now, with the help of starts with method, I can check the validity of my statement. I want to check that whether my string starts with I or not. Now, a dot starts with I. Now I want to check the validity of the string. So when I print it, it will give you true or false. So my string India starts with I. So it is true. So it will give you true. True. Now, now I want to check whether my string starts with D or not. False. False. Okay. Now, now in the same way, I can check whether my string ends with A or not. So print A dot ends with A. Now it will give you true. Okay, that's all. So I can check whether my string starts with a particular character, given character. Now I check with I, so the statement is true. So that way it returned true. In the same way, I can check whether my string ends with a particular character or not. So and we have count method. Count. Now a dot count. Now I want to check how many times a particular character is repeated in my string. Now I want to check character I. Now manually you can check this. How many times I is repeated? 1, 2. So it should return the number 2. See this? Yeah. Now how many times A is repeated here? 1 time. So it will repeat. It will print 1. 1. Now that is about count method. Now I can check how many times the given character is repeated in the given string. So, and we have a method called encode. Method called encode. What does this encode method does? Encode will encode the string into a bytes object. It will return an encoded version of the string as bytes object. Now it will return you B India. So what does this B represents? B means bytes. Like this it will return. Now the interesting fact about bytes is, now see here, if I write print of A, okay, print of A, it will return you India. Okay, India. Now I am declaring another string, another bytes variable. Okay, byte value slash India. So I want to tell the difference between these two. So this is called a string. and this is called a bytes object. Now you know that string is having index numbers like India. The index numbers are like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So index of I is 0. Index of n is 1. Index of d d is 2. Index of I is 3. Index of A is 4. 4. Okay. Now, if I print A of 0, now what does it prints? A of 0 means the value at the index, the value at index 0. So that is I. It will print you I. But see here, if I print A of 0 here, A of 0, it will not print B or nor it will print I. It will print the ASCII code of the character I. That is the difference between a byte literal and a string literal. So it will print you I. Now ASCII code of I is 105. So ASCII code of small a is 97, B 98, C 99, D 100. Okay. 100, E, like that. How can you tell that ASCII code of I using a method called ORD? ORD of I. Let us put this ORD of I. See this? No, I will hide this. The ASCII code of the character will be given by the function called method called ORD, and we have another method called CHR, that means character. Print CHR of, what is the value? 105. So CHR receives number, ORD receives character. That is the difference between CHR and ORD. Now it will give you I. See here, I. CHR of 105 is I. ORD of I is 105. Okay, did you understand the difference between CHR and ORD function? Okay. Then here ORD function will receive only a string of length 1. Since there are no character type in Python, we have to give only one argument as one argument. That's all. Either it will give you one argument, that means I, A, B, C, D, but not like if I give you TY, let us say, it will not receive, it will throw an error. That's all. It will throw an error. Okay. Okay, good. Then now we have another method called expand tabs. Print. Okay. So I'm printing one horizontal tab, two horizontal tab, three horizontal tab, four horizontal tab. Dot expand tabs. Now, what is the output for this? Horizontal tabs means 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed side by side. But when I used expand tabs, it will expand the horizontal tab by 8 spaces. How many spaces? 8 spaces by default. Because by default means I do not mention any number here. So by default it will take you 8 spaces. So it will print like this 1, 2, 3, 4 with 8 spaces. Now can I reduce the spaces between the numbers? Yes, you can reduce. Use that number. How many spaces you need? Two. I need 2 spaces between them. That's all. Okay. By default, it will give you 8 spaces between them. That's all. Then, and we have another method called, okay, we have another method called find. Okay, find. Let us say str is some Padmaja. Okay. Now find pad subsequence. Okay, PAD. That is my substring. Now I will use str dot find pad. PAD. Now what does it return? 0. So it will return you the least character. Now what is the least character here? P. Now P starts with 0 index 0. So that is why it is returning 0. Now I will check MAJA Maja. So MAJA is a part of this Padmaja. So it will give you the least index number. So here see this P is 0, 1, 2, 3. So M starts with 3. So that is why it is returning 3. So what do you understand is by this find method? It will return you the lowest index in the string where the substring is found. Okay. Now so this is about find method. Then I can give indexes also, comma, it's 3 comma 6. So what does this -1 indicates that means it does not find in this range. Okay, now and you know this that this is a plus operator, but it is not the case with strings. Plus will act as concatenation operator in string. Now if I declare a string s as India, okay, and I declared R as country, now if I print plus s, now what is the output? See this, country India. Okay, now there is another way to concatenate the strings. Like I can write India space country. Okay. This is another way to print. Okay. Okay. Then we have string repetition operator, that is asterisk. So if I write string s is Rama. Now I want to print Rama 3 times. Now I can print like this, s into 3. So it will print Rama for 3 times. Rama 1 time, Rama 2 times, Rama 3 times. So this is called a repetition operator. And we have the most important topic is index, and now we are going to learn slicing of the string. Slicing of the string. So if I write India, okay. Now if I write like this,